Hey guys, it's Lemming Rush, and today we're going to be watching a game of me in my 140. In the end, this is probably the highest damage I've ever done in my life, so yeah, it's actually a pretty good game. I'm just basically, we're on the map Corellia, and to start off, I always like to look at the enemy team lineup. Right off the bat, I'm noticing that they have 2 more tier 10s than us, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, the big thing that I noticed is they have like 4 tier 10 mediums. Typically, what mediums like to do is they like to rush the donut on the map. So my line of thinking is if I go donut, I'm going to run into 4 tier 10 mediums, and I can't solo 4 tier 10 mediums all at once. So I decided to go north. You know, maybe I'll have more support there, maybe it'll just end out better, so that's where we're going. On our way, we spot an RU-251, we get no shots at him, so yeah. I'm just going to speed it up right here. In regards to my setup right now you'll notice I'm using the large med kit, large repair kit, and food. That's because I've been working on 3 marking this tank, and luckily I got it, so there's that. I'm just going to pop up to right here. We're looking for anything that we can get early shots on, and then a 430 gets lit. So we put a shot into him. And we're going to have support really, really soon. You can see an M46 Patton is coming out to help us. The 430 ends up tracking us, but we're going to go for his track here. We miss, and he gets off. He only lost like 900 HP there. So already takes a shot and misses. T-71's poking up, so we're going to try to put one into him. Notice how I pointed my frontal armor at him, because he'll bounce off my front if he shoots that, so yeah. We're just going to poke this, see if we can shoot at anything else. The 430 is nowhere to be. Well, the 430 actually died. He got clicked. So we're just going to put shots into the T10, which is basically what the IS-8 used to be. So right now it's 2 versus 5. It's myself and this M46 Patton versus like 4 tanks here. You can see I'm asking the T30 to move up. Basically, the T30 is a hull down tank, and he would be really, really strong if he went and played this ridge, but he's busy camping behind us. So I say, stop camping, dude, help me out. And he just continues to camp. So we're just going to sort of sit here. Basically, I can't go poking on 4 tanks. That's not a smart play unless I get an opportunity. Like that T10 was distracted, so I went and took it. But realistically, it's not smart to be poking a lot when you know they've got, 4 to 5 guns aiming straight at you. Alright, so we're just playing defensively here. Hopefully our team can support, and LTTB starts to YOLO. I put auto-aim on and check my front to make sure I'm not about to get poked, and the Object 140 ends up killing the M46 Patton right here. He ends up dying. The LTTB dies to the camping T30, and we're going to fall back, because we have no support. So you can see me a bit annoyed with the heavies in chat there. I was just sort of having a laugh because it's sort of like incredible how hard he's camping, but it's not that big of a deal. We're just going to push up, and we're going to see if we can engage this 140 right here. Same thing though, I'm being really cautious. I have to be careful about Artie, and we just sort of have to wait for our team to help us out, because if we go and rush this, we're going to lose hit points, and that might throw the game for all I know. Notice an M41's moving up, so I think, okay, the M41's going to be distracting them. There we go, the T10's distracted, so we're going to hit his track right here, and we're going to try to perma-track him. So what you can see me doing now is I'm angling my front a lot. It's going to be really hard for him to pen me at this angle, and as you can see, he bounces. We're going to hit, since he just shot, we're going to drive out, make sure we get the track with the second shot, and the T30 decides to come and steal the kill now that all the tier 10s are dead, so he's only got tier 8s to fight. Luckily he misses and we get the kill. We're going to start shooting at this T32 now. And just making sure we keep our frontal armor pointed to the super piercing. He bounces off of us, we get the kill on the 32, and then Artie kills this dude. It's 1,000 damage. It's actually really lucky that Artie hit that shot there, because if he hadn't hit that shot, I wouldn't have had enough ammo to win this game. So, yeah, that was pretty lucky. Okay, so there's the 140, there's the RU. I decide I'm not going to push into their base because I notice, like, I look at the map, I see they're pushing through the zero line. Decide that I probably would have died on that side if I'd gone there, so it's actually a good decision that I decided not to. They're pushing through, so I need to go try to get side shots as they push into our base, sort of like right over here. I want to get shots on them, so as they cross. So that's the goal. Artie takes another shot at me in a second here, and he misses, only doing like 70 damage. So I'm not going to waste the repair kit on that there. I'm just going to sort of let it repair. The large repair kit increases your repair speed by 10%. So I'm just going to speed this up. There's nothing really special to this. We run across the IS-7 right here. So right now we're just sort of aiming for his lower plate. I'm shooting heat because heat doesn't lose penetration over range. So that's the logic here. Normally you don't want to be shooting heat at the side of an IS-7, but if it's at range, it's actually the better shell to be using at a slow tank. APCR obviously gets the tank faster, so it sort of depends what type of tank you're shooting at. But for the IS-7, heat is probably the better choice at range. So you have 11 gold shells left, and it looks like they're getting onto our cap. That M41's a one-shot, and he looks like he's just going to die. There we go, the M48 Patton gets the kill. Now we're just going to start driving, because I want to go kill that M48 Patton since he's a one-shot. I also know there's a 57 there, so what I do in chat is I ask for the Artie to help me out. Looks like he's coming out, and this is basically where Artie saves the game. He actually... Without him, I definitely wouldn't have been able to win this. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to poke onto this M48 Patton. I'm not going to take a snapshot. He isn't moving, so I can fully aim this, get a shot into him. It low rolls, unfortunately, and he's got 2 HP. And right here, this is how Artie saves the game. He takes 1 shot, 2 shots, and we go for the track on the 57, and 3 shots. So now the 57 only has 1 left, and you'll see why this is important in the end game. So yeah, the 57 put only 1 shot into us. He's now clipping because the 57 gets 4 shells, and we're just going to finish him off right here. Got 25 shells left, now we've got 24, so we're gonna just finish off this M48 and then try to kill who we can as quickly as possible, because they've got a lot of people in their base. Right now I'm not worried about Artie because I know they've got an E75 in their base who should be Artie's #1 priority. I mean, that'd be mine. The Tortoise gets spotted for the first time. At the time I didn't actually notice this, so I was a bit worried about where the IS-7 was. So, yeah, that's sort of how we are right now. I'm just going to sort of push up, looking for the IS-7 before he gets back up, because if I'm fighting, like, large numbers, it's a lot harder for me to deal with. So the E75 is going to die any second now, and we're just going to drive around. There we go, the E75 dies, so it's now 1 versus 6. So there's that. We're just looking for the IS-7. I'd like to find him and quickly kill him. I haven't spotted him yet. And so I think, okay, I'm going to try to push up the B line. Maybe we can get shots on him or spot him or something like that. So I'm just driving over here to see what I can. I'm asking in chat what the HP of the mediums are. And we spot the IS-7. Try to put a shot into him. That misses, unfortunately. And we try to get a second shot into him. But he points his gun at me, so I'm not going to risk getting hit by a snapshot. Right here, it's an okay risk to take. We put one into him, and then we get safe, and he misses. So right now, I'm just going to push straight onto him so other enemies don't have time to come and help him out. So we're going to drive up straight here. I'm using the rock for cover. I'm going to keep it in between myself and him for as long as possible. We're just going to push up. We've got heat loaded, so we're able to put a heat shell through his angled upper front plate. When he angles his pike like that, heat will pen it. So there's that. Put the last heat shell into his lower plate, and we spot an RU-251. So we're going to push up. We're going to try to kill him using the same logic that we used on the IS-7. I want to remove the amount of guns shooting back at me. So they've got 5 tanks left. Already just shot. At the time, I didn't actually notice this, so you'll notice I make a bit of a mistake here, but it's not that big of a deal, actually. There's the 140. We track ourselves. I repair my tracks because I don't want to get hit by Artie. Even though he just shot, I just happened to miss that. The 140 gets stuck, and we get the ammo rack here. So now we're going to turn around and deal with the RU-251. He's a 2-shot, and so when you're in a situation like this, you really need to focus down guns. Like, you noticed how I focused down the 140 there? That was on purpose. I didn't share my shots in between the RU and the 140. It's a lot easier if you just remove the amount of guns shooting back at you. So right now they've got 3 tanks left. Already took another shot and missed, and we are going to go looking for the Centurion. So I make my way driving. I'm sort of talking in the chat. People are saying very impressive Lemming Rush and whatnot, so I say thank you. And I'm just sort of driving. We're going to look for the Centurion 1 here. And one thing that I sort of want to point out here is we spot... Oh, he didn't show up in the replay, but I assure you he was lit at the time, so yeah. Centurion 1's there. He put a heat shell into my track and it didn't do damage. Right here, he damages my fuel tanks. So chances are, if I hadn't used a large repair kit earlier, he would have set me on fire with that shot because he damaged my fuel tanks. At the time of me repairing with my large repair kit versus like the RU-251 and the 140, I had a damaged fuel tank. So what could have happened is he could have actually set me on fire with that last shot there. Immediately after we killed the Centurion Action X, already shot, I was getting already safe there. And now we have 11 shells left. So right now it's just sort of a matter of hunting down the Tortoise. My last known location of him was he was camping base. So he's at K3. That's what we last saw. As well, they've got the arty. So we're just going to drive around. I'm thinking of how the best way to approach this is. For all I know, right now, the tortoise has just been camping base all game. So I'm expecting that to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive up the 0 line, and my plan is to get over to here. And from here, you can generally put easy shots into people in the base. So that's my plan. I want to get up to here, kill the tortoise from range, and try to play vision games while keeping in mind how much ammo I am. So I check this corner just to make sure he isn't there, spot the arty, pick up our 9th kill. Now we're lit, so the tortoise knows exactly where we are. I still think he's in base at this time, so I pop up to here. We're going to see if we can spot him. I mean, I'm okay with watching this sometimes too, because it's not really anything special. And right now, the tortoise gets uncapped, so it's pretty obvious where he is. I make some quick decision-making right here. Basically, I think, okay, the tortoise knows I'm on, you know, the southern side of this map, so I'm going to come up the north, because that's where he's probably going to expect me to come from the south. So I'm going to come from the north, try to surprise him, and that's what we're going to do. Right here I make a bit of an error. I take a bit of a shorter route. I had a bit of pressure though, obviously from the cap. I didn't want to get capped out. I took the shorter route here. I should have gone around. That would have been the safer play. The risk was that he may have spotted me right there if he was right there. So there's that. Now we're going to pop up to here. We've got 35 seconds or so to reset the cap. So we're just going to sort of play it slowly. I'm going to try to get the reset. That's my main goal right now, and buy myself some more time. So we go for his track here. I was hoping he didn't have a repair kit because, you know, most of the time campers won't have a repair kit. Puts a shot into me. It bounces off my turret. We're going to try to put another shot into his track there. And right here, I'm noticing his quick rate of fire, so I'm like, wait, what the hell is that? He shoots again, and I'm noticing that even more, and I think at around this time, I realize that he's stalked. So I fall back to here. We're going to try to use the Centurion Action X for cover and just sort of play around him. And keeping in mind my ammo count, I've got 6 shells left. I think that's just enough to kill him. It's going to be close for sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to play up here. We're just going to use this 57 for cover. He's basically keeping our hull safe. And this tortoise just has his permatract, but it's not that big of a deal because, I'll pause it. Right now, he doesn't have a very good shot at our hull. So he's just going to keep us tracked there. And there's nothing really he can do. We bounce our last shell. We've got 3 left, and the tortoise is a 3-shot. So we're going to put 1 more into him. And around at this point, adrenaline starts to kick in. So you'll notice I'm shaking. This isn't like some sort of Unicum tactic for aiming and whatnot. It's just adrenaline. Like, it's very hard to aim precisely when your heart's pounding. So yeah, there we go. We end up getting the last kill with our last shell. And that's basically what went through my mind throughout this whole gameplay. Let's go check out the end plates. Alrighty, so as you can see, that was a mastery badge, obviously. We ended up getting all these, like, Bruiser, Hand of God, Demolition Expert, you know, etc. We also got a Fadden's Medal, a Kolobanov's, Pools, Defender, High Caliber, Steel Wall, and a Top Gun. So, yeah, 2,536 XP with a premium account, 150,000 credits with a premium account, obviously. 10,300 damage, 10 kills, 1,691 base XP. 13 medals in total, and we ended up making a profit that game. So what happened, the reason we made, well, 25,000 credits is because I had bought the food and stuff on sale, as well as a friend of mine had gifted me the premium consumables. So that was really nice of him. I thank him for that. The only reason we spent so much on ammunition was because we ended up running out of ammo. I only carry 12 feet anyways, so thankfully I was able to make a profit. That's basically the replay. I think it's sort of cool. It's basically the best replay, Object 140 replay on World of Tanks replays right now. It's got the most damage. As you can see, it's been downloaded nearly 200 times, so there's that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you want to see more of my replays, please be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I hope to see you guys around. Later, guys. Bye-bye.